Hello everybody. Alright, so we're going to start a new segment here for our lives. And that is going to be why versus why not. We're going to go in some reasons because most things in this world as far as performance training, skill development are not necessarily controversial, but you'll find that there's people on each side of the aisle of yes, do it, no, don't do it, and there should be and can be and are reasons why each argument could be considered correct. So we're going to start to help you, coaches and parents, decide whether or not you fall on this side or that side, and then logically explain the benefits and the drawbacks of actually doing it. So today we're starting with burpees, a very controversial exercise, a very popular exercise, a very maligned exercise that has its benefits, it has its drawbacks, and the question becomes, do you and your kids, whether they're your actual kids, your athletes under your care, or your team, do they need to be doing do they need to be doing burpees? Alright, so first of all, what is a true burpee? I might jump a little bit too high, but let's show you what a burpee is. So, you get to the ground, you hit the ground, chest hits the ground, and you explode up, and then you jump from there. Okay? Now, here's the thing. A burpee, if not done properly, should not be done. If you can't necessarily get your chest to the ground, you can't land athletically, meaning with your feet about ready to move. One of the drawbacks of a burpee is when they land out wide, so they get to the ground and they have to kick their feet out super wide to land because they just can't explode enough to get in proper form. Well, if you're going to argue that burpees help with your sports performance, but you're training poor form, your argument is invalid. Okay, so burpees are great for sports performance training in the aspect of you're in a sport that consistently hits the ground and needs to then explode back up and be ready to react quickly in that explosive standing position. Okay? Volleyball is one. All right? Remember, think about all the times you dive to make a play and you have to get up and then react left or right, forward, backwards, or possibly even jump to make a play at the net. Definitely a sport where you have to be quick down and back up. Football, we get knocked down, we get back up. Okay, wrestling, potentially shoot on someone, get back up. Defend it, get down, get back up. Okay, baseball, make a diving play to the side, get back up and throw. Definitely quickness sport related. Okay, so sports like that definitely require a down and back up aspect to it, and you need to get back up athletically. If you're hopping up and you're landing in this position, I'm not athletic. I'm too wide, I'm bent over, I'm going to hurt myself extending out of that position. Not the best thing to be doing. Okay? So, that's a why and a why not. If you can get explosively from the ground to your athletic position, then yes, do them. Okay, that's a why. Okay, why not would be if you cannot get into your athletic position, there are other exercises just like regular push-ups. Speed squats to help you get low. Increasing your mobility would be a good start for the ability to get, if I can get low, okay, I can land here, right? So if I can get to my burpee and land here, I'm technically athletic position, right? That would be a good thing. Okay? So, can you be athletic when you explode from the ground to the standing position. You have to be able to land in athletic ready position. All right, so that's a why and a why not. Why? It is a great developer of body control if you have the necessary body control needed to do the base level of a burpee, and I just showed you what that is. Can you land with your feet in the right position? Can you get low enough, meaning do you have great enough mobility ability? Do you have the strength to get low? Do you have the strength to then explode back up? If you have all those body control components, great. Burpees could be a great exercise for you. All right? Why for burpees? Number 2, it's a full body exercise. You can hear I'm actually a little bit out of breath. Whoa! Why? Because burpees are a full body, meaning everything's getting worked, which means your heart rate will skyrocket, your breathing will quickly increase, and everything is going to get working very quickly for a lot of intensity. If you have a limited time, burpees can be a great exercise. All right, conditioning. We just said it's a full body exercise. So it can be very good as a conditioning aspect. Okay, so first ask yourself, are we doing conditioning or are we doing a mental toughness check? Many coaches and parents don't train those exclusively, and the kids become confused and think they did something wrong. When are you actually working on conditioning, or are you purposely trying to break them down-ish? Never trying to hurt anyone or break them to breaking point. But we are trying to test your mental toughness to see if you will rise to the occasion or will you start to crack under pressure. There are mental toughness days. Sometimes we don't do a great enough job explaining to our teams, hey, we're just checking your mental toughness. And they think that something was wrong, so they're like, what the heck? It's a really tough, small strip to walk, and we have to do it perfectly or else we lose our teams. All right? So, 1, body control development. Do you have? It's a full body exercise. It's a great conditioning exercise. And lastly, one I already mentioned, why, is sport work. If your sport requires getting up and down quickly, and you have the requisite skills to do that, it's a great exercise to get you even better at it. Okay? Why not? If you don't have the control, starting off with burpees is not where you want to be. Too many people think that burpees are a beginner level exercise, so first day, day 1, here you go, we're doing a bunch of burpees. And we're not there yet. Burpees are actually an advanced exercise. Believe it or not, not everyone should be doing burpees. Why? Because they are a full body, high level of body control, high strength, high power, high quickness, high conditioning level exercise. For all those little reasons, it's important that not everyone is ready or should be doing burpees. Okay? Why? Another reason why not is injury risk. Believe it or not, slamming your wrist explosively into the ground because you have to catch yourself on the eccentric downward portion of the work, the arching of your lower back as you try to get up, the explosive nature of the exercise in and of itself increases risk of injury. If you're not cleared medically or ready for it medically, the injury risk is simply too great for some people. Okay? It's very easy for people to have a form break. I already showed you where if your feet are landing too wide, you're putting yourself at an unnatural position. It is not ideal for teaching you sport-specific movements, but they'll keep continuing to do it because, well, at least you're doing something. All right? As coaches, we have the programming versus ability issue conundrum. We're programming you to do burpees, but are you ready to do burpees? We think that you should be, but are you necessarily? And a lot of times this has to do with reps or rest previous to, meaning, are you rested enough to get the goal of the reps that we've instilled or implemented? Meaning, if you're doing 10 reps and your rest right before was 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, do you think that you're rested enough to get 10 great burpees out? Okay? And then another reason why not is the ridiculously high rep expectation. 20 burpees, even for world-class athletes, could be very taxing. You're not going to be at your highest power level potentially because of the energy required. Remember, anything that takes more than 10 seconds, you're not working at maximal power ability. And if you understand that, you can program it accordingly. But if you're expecting them to give you maximal power effort, like a sport like football, which is maximal power, baseball generally is maximal speed power application, meaning there's not too many jog, slow movements in baseball. Okay? Soccer does have a little bit more slow jog, fast sprint component, so it's a different nature of the beast. Basketball has your walk, sprint, slow jog, fast jog, burst, quick burst, long burst type of components. All right? Hopefully that all makes sense. If not, you can comment, ask the question what that means, and I'll explain in the comments. But moving on for now. A ridiculously high component aspect of reps, meaning if I'm not rested, my energy level will start to drain and I simply won't be able to work at a maximal power level. And that's a bad thing. All right? If that's your goal. Okay? So 25 reps of burpees is not going to have your first rep is going to be way more significantly powerful than your 25th. And if you program it to be, I'm working on their power, well, you're not necessarily working on their power. You're working on their mental toughness. Remember previously where I said, are you doing conditioning or are you doing mental toughness? Power conditioning is 10 seconds. Anaerobic power conditioning is about 30 seconds. Conditioning is about 60 seconds, and then down and down and down. All right? So that's why or why not y'all should be doing burpees, okay? This is to help coaches and parents and teachers see whether or not implementing certain strategies makes sense. We're going to be going over these every Monday. So next Monday, we're going to go over why or why not. I actually forgot what the exact topic is. See if I have my notes. No, I do. Of course not. I don't have my notes. So let's see what the notes say. Got my handy little notebook. Why or why not? We will be going over why or why not agility ladders. Should your athletes be using agility ladders for your drills? Okay? Give you a little hint. If you're working on running fast, agility ladders ain't the best. If you're working on foot speed, agility ladders can be great. That's a little hint for next week. All right, so tune back in. Make sure you hit the notifications so you're sure to get notifications every time that we go live, which we're going to be doing more lives now because you guys have been asking for it. It's what the audience wants, so it's what we'll be doing. So make sure that you see all the notifications, all our notifications of when we're going live. All right, thank you very much. I'm Spencer Aiken with the Stronger Together Performance Academy, helping you guys out become better, working better with athletes, whether you're an athlete yourself, whether you're a parent of an athlete, or whether you're the coach of an athlete. Thank you.